Hi everyone, thank you so much for coming. My name's Mary Harding, I'm the Business Development Manager at Total Mortgage. So we're really excited that you're here at our Content Day. So a little bit about our Content Day, what this is gonna look like. I'm gonna give you a short presentation on just how to master hooks on social media. And then we'll go into filming and headshots afterwards. So filming's very, very easy. A lot of the times, we say that we're gonna film some social media videos and we have the lights and the camera equipment and everything. And everybody gets a little nervous, but I promise it's really, really easy. So I have all of the scripts already pre-written out for you. And I will read you a line of the script line by line. So we'll go into the room together. This is Matt Allen. He is our creative director and videographer. And so he will be filming with us. And I will figure out, kind of what you're looking to do, right? So we have scripts for, prioritizing sellers, buyers, new construction, investors, flipping houses, whatever you're looking for. We have it all. And so we pull that data from social media. We pull it from Google, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. We get all of the information and we see what people are searching for in real time. So we pull up questions that people are actually searching for and that want the answers to. And then we take it one step further and we grab the questions that people don't really have the answers to at all. So I can look up a question and I can get 1,000,001 videos on it, and that's great. But why is that going to make your video stand out, right? So we want to pull the questions that people are searching for that they don't have answers to, or that there's less answers to. And then we make our videos more enticing. So we write all our own scripts. They're all unique. We just refreshed them yesterday, so they're all brand new for you guys. And so each one of you will get 3 videos to film, and then we will fully edit that video and send it back to you, and it'll be ready for social media. So just to kind of start out, I kind of want to pick everyone's brain of where they are currently on social media. Are we all on social media, constantly posting consistently?
Maybe not.
Sort of.
I should be.
Yes. So what does consistency look like for everyone, right? It's going to be different, right? Everyone's different. It is going to have a different answer, right? So what does your consistent look like? How much are you posting a week, would you say?
Probably maybe once a week.
Okay, perfect. How about you?
I don't post.
No? Okay. Carl, how about you?
I'm a couple times a week.
Okay,
Yeah,
awesome.
2 to 3.
Perfect.
2, 3.
2 to 3. How about you?
I created accounts, but I haven't posted.
Okay, all right. So hey, if this is your first post, we're giving it to you today. It's all done for you. All you have to do is literally post it. How about you?
I do every Tuesday and Thursday.
Beautiful. You have a schedule. Love it.
Probably once in a while.
Okay, once in a blue moon, that's fine.
Want to do it more.
How about you?
My goal is to do it twice a week.
Perfect.
I'm having trouble right now on Facebook. I can't add a page for my business. And
Okay.
I don't know. I've sent a lot of
Yeah.
troubleshooting
Yep.
stuff to Facebook. No word, no nothing, and I'm just
Interesting.
stuck.
Okay.
I did create my YouTube for my business, and again, I just have to
Yep.
do this and then
Yes.
go from there.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, and so that's the thing. Everyone's schedule and everyone's consistency is going to look different, right? And what works for one person might not work for the other. So I always say that consistency is better than perfection, because a lot of the times what's stopping us from posting is it's not perfect in our eyes, right? But perfect, it means nothing when you have nothing, right? So it's better done than perfect, right? And so as long as we're getting posts out there, we're staying consistent with our social media, right? Because what is our goal with social media, right? At the end of the day, it's a business tool. It's fun, it's great for my grandma to keep up with my life, right? But it's a business tool, and that's what I'm using it for. And people aren't gonna work with me or know who I am if I'm not consistently posting, right? And consistently posting means more than just your just listed, just sold posts, which are great, but they're not selling anything and they're not getting you any leads, right? So what are we posting? Are you guys doing video? Are we posting pictures? What's our social media pages look like?
I steal a lot from Carl.
Okay. Hey, it works, and that's the thing, right? Because a lot of people ask me, like, well, I want to do this script, but Carl just did this script. So why, should I do a different one, right? But it doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, you have different audiences. The tone of voice that you're going to, relay this message in is going to be different, right? It doesn't matter if it's the exact same script as somebody else. A lot of the times people ask me, where do I get inspiration from on social media? And half the time it's taking it from other people, right? But it's flipping it and making it my own, because I have my own audience, I have my own tone of voice, I have my own way of saying things, right? So it's going to be different. At the end of the day, nothing's unique anymore. Everything is stolen from somewhere, right? But we make it our own. And it works, right? So today's presentation is about mastering the viral hook. So hooks are really important. Why? Because we're lazy these days. We don't have an attention span at all, right? 3 seconds is all you have. And that's what you need to do to capture somebody's attention. What is gonna make me stop scrolling for your video? All the time I'm watching TikToks, and I will literally just scroll so fast through a video within 2 seconds. My fiance is like, how do you even know you didn't want to watch that? Like, you didn't even give it a second. And I'm like, I know. There's something about it I know. And then what makes me stop, right? So that's what we need to figure out, is what is going to make your stuff make people stop, right? So a lot of the times people will say, oh, nobody's watching my content. I need to post more. I need to be more active, right? But again, you can post 2 times a week and it can be perfect, right? It can be, what you need to post. You don't need to post anymore. You could be posting 5 times a week with just listed, just sold posts and, memes or anything that doesn't really have to do with you or your business, and it's not meaningful, right? So those 2 times a week can be meaningful, and that can be plenty for your business. So here's a couple examples, right? So these are some hooks. So everybody does the welcome to 195 Vanilla Lane, right? Instead of posting that, let's change it up a little bit. And let's say your husband would never let you buy this home. Now people are going to stop scrolling. Why? Because it's entertaining, right? And then it also, we call these the buckets or the nets, right? That we're casting to. If I'm constantly saying specific words, Instagram is going to catch on to that. And they're going to cast my video to only a certain net of people, right? So I want to make that broader. So this hits people who are looking for homes and relationships. So even if somebody's in a relationship, but they're not looking for a home, this video can go to them because it's going to cast that net to somebody because they said husband, right? A lot of the times we'll start a video with, imagine your dog's running around in this yard, right? Because that's going to go to people who are constantly searching for dogs, right? So we want to cast that net to a wider range of people. As soon as we start saying, hey, are you looking for a home in Glastonbury, Connecticut? You're only casting that net to people who have been searching for homes on Instagram in Glastonbury, Connecticut. No other town. So it's shrinking your net, right? Second one, you need to get pre-approved first, right? Everybody's seen this video. Everybody's done this video. So instead, we're going to change that hook to say, you want to buy this? Get in line. Again, it's that wider net because you're not saying home. You're just saying, do you want to buy this? Everybody has a shopping problem, right? But this hook also uses a negative emotion. And so as humans, right, we are prone to, when somebody tells us we can't do something, we're going to say, yes, we can, right? And we're going to do it because that's how we are. We push back, right? So this is going to make someone stop and watch the reel because you're telling them they can't do something. One of our most viral videos, we started the hook with, you're never going to buy a home. And so people are like, what? I'm not saying that, right? Realtors are like, I'm not telling my audience that because I'm supposed to be the one that's saying, it's easy. I'm going to help you every step of the way. It's going to be seamless. We're going to do it together, right? But instead, if we're saying, you're never going to buy this home, people are like, okay, that's different. And then they're writing their long paragraph. By the end of the video, they're like, oh, because then we go on to say, it's a long to-do list. It's a lot to do. It's a lot of hard work, right? There's a lot of steps, but it's easy when you hire me as your agent, right? And so it makes it a little different. It uses that negative hook to grab people's attention, and then it tells them. So instead of really, again, people don't want to be sold products. They don't want to be sold, the whole line, the whole to-do list of what they have to do. They want to be sold the outcome. What can you do for the viewer, right? That's how we are. We're selfish beings. So when we watch content, it's what can that person do for me? Why does this benefit me? At the end of the day, I really don't care, no offense, how you got in the business and, your grandma sold houses and that's what inspired you to do that. None of that changes my life. What matters is what you can do for me. How are you going to get me into a home that I've been, wanting and that I really have been drooling over versus the next person? At the end of the day, realtors are a dime a dozen, right? What makes you different? How can you help that person? And the last example is, so this boring hook, mistakes to avoid when buying a home, right? Instead, we're going to do, this is the number one thing you're doing wrong when buying a home. It taps into FOMO, right? So it's the fear of making a mistake, and that's a powerful scroll stopper. So that's going to work for people as well. Any questions on hooks? Have we thought about this before when we're writing our scripts?
Is there a list of trigger words that we should be using on social media or on,
So it depends on everybody's audience. So trigger words are going to be different for everybody. And that's why, the more we post, the more we're going to figure out what works for people.
like in the, in Instagram, like you were saying, in their, what's it called? How they pull their content and
Right. So it's going to be kind of different for everyone. Again, like we don't want to stay in, we don't want to be specific, which is weird to say, right? Because you would think we would want to be specific, but we don't want to be specific with our content. So the more broad we are with our terms, especially in the beginning of a video, the better it's going to be, right? So with this one, it was you want to buy this. So it's not saying, do you want to buy this home, or are you looking in Glastonbury or Hartford? It's not narrowing down on a specific, it's just broad. So I think with real estate, we're kind of, more broad sense of terms. I have, if you guys follow me on social media,
It takes a second to update.
you'll see my QR code. And I have a 7-day increase your reach content calendar, and then I give you 20 hooks to use on social media. So if you follow me on Instagram, if that doesn't work, it's just by Mary Harding on Instagram, BY Mary Harding. And then you can just DM me and I can send you that hook list. And so, this will help you kind of get in the groove. But, we really want to focus on, again, that broader sense of terms instead of being very specific with real estate. And you'll start to see, the more you post these things, you'll see like, okay, this style worked for me, because you can, go into your analytics and look up, your watch time and see, where people are starting to fall off. And if anybody doesn't know about that or needs help with that, again, message me on Instagram. I'm happy to jump on a call anytime with you to kind of review that. But those things are important, because again, if we're not posting, we don't know what works and what doesn't, right? So I know that in my content, the video of me sitting in front of, when I'm all dolled up and it's all like a big production, that doesn't work for my audience. Whereas they kind of like when I'm just, sitting in front of my camera and filming myself. So everyone's
More
different.
authentic,
Right.
type thing. What,
Right.
what would be an exercise if we're planning out a video
Mm-hmm.
and we want to come up with a viral hook? What's the exercise for that? Is it working on, kind of flipping the script, okay, and thinking about the negative or something different? Like, what goes through your head?
Well, and that's a great question, because a lot of the times when I give these negative hooks, people are like, I'm not using that, because
Right.
that's not going to work for your audience. And that's completely fine. So you kind of have to, again, know your audience, right? And so that goes back to the posting. But what goes through my head is just trying to think of something different. So maybe once I'll do a negative hook and I'll see how well that works. And then the next time I'll do a positive hook and see if that fits better with my audience. Right? And then you tailor your hooks to be that way.
And that's looking at the analytics afterwards. And
Right.
You can say like, okay, I did, I have a property video. I did a hook about the dog running in the yard. That did really well.
Yes, because that's going to hit to people with dogs. Whereas, if you say your husband would never let you buy this, maybe women are getting pissed at that, right? And they're like, what did you just say to me, right? So it all is, different, and you have to learn your audience. But again, Instagram only shares and this is kind of, the next step of the presentation is Instagram only shows your content to 10% of your followers. So they will put it out to 10% of your following, who's actually following you. And if it does well from there, they'll continue to push it out to the rest of your following, but they'll also continue to push it out to non-followers. So when you go through your analytics, you can see, all right, let's look at, this video. So I can go to my profile, I can click on view insights, right? And then I can scroll down. So only 0.4% of my followers saw this video, whereas 99.6% was non-followers who saw this, right? So that is, and again, the watch time is so only 9 seconds was my average watch time. So people started to fall off after 9 seconds.
But does that also to be considered as far as like the algorithms and what people are searching?
Yeah.
Like you said, keywords.
Right. And so keywords are not just what we type, it's what we say, right? So that means, within our 3 seconds, within our 30 seconds of our video, what we say matters because it's going to tailor that to the people who are actually searching it. If you look at my Explore page, right, it's going to be all wedding related stuff because that's all I'm searching for constantly on social media. Whereas I'm not going to get a house because I'm not searching for a house, right? So it depends on who, you're targeting. And that's why with our scripts, right, when we go in there, I'll ask you, who are you looking to target? Are you looking to target people who are selling their home or buying? Are you looking for people who are flipping homes? Because people will watch those HGTV videos and the people flipping their house and now they want to do that and they're all into that, right? So that's who we can target. So it all depends on what your audience is. Does that make sense?
What if you're someone who just has a broad audience, which, maybe a lot of people just are, throwing it and seeing what sticks?
Yeah, and so that goes to do that, and you don't know what works for you until you start posting that. Any other questions? Cool. So like I said, follow me on Instagram, DM me for this. I have hooks for you guys. And then, like I said, if you have any follow-up questions or, once you get your videos back and, need to know what to do with them, how to post them, what you should be including in them, DM me. I'm happy to, help you out with that. Okay, so we're going to go into filming. We'll follow the sign-up sheet for that. And then once you're done filming, we'll do headshots at the end if you need one, just so we don't have to break down and set back up. And then that's it. Cool.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Thank
Really good at been doing it wrong this whole.
And it's ever changing, right? So it probably isn't the whole time that you've been doing it wrong.
Yeah.
It's just this is the new thing that matters. And that's the thing. That's why it's funny because people will always say to me like, okay, well, I don't want to have to learn this, right? And this is my job. All day when I'm not at content days, I'm researching what is working on social media and how can I help you guys do that, right? So you can do this. You can totally do this research and figure this out on your own and learn it, but why would you, right? It's the same thing as you would never tell somebody to do a for sale by owner, right? We outsource everything, right? You would never tell your clients, hey, yeah, do a for sale by owner, right? Same thing with me. I'm not telling my clients to go and do this research themselves when I can do it for you and then relay what you need to know and how you can implement it into your business.